And welcome to the show. Or, hello, and welcome to the show. I want to first start off and say thank you for listening. You guys and gals are really awesome for tuning in. I never thought I would continue on with this podcast or broadcast since every single time that. Forgive me on that. I just took a drink. I was kind of thirsty, or should I say cotton mouth. Anyways, so I've done a lot of shows in the past year and a half, and I've learned a lot recently, and it's really awesome. When I first started doing this, I was really scared. I was really nervous to have my name abroad, and I was really scared to express myself in a healthy manner, and this show has really helped me, and it's really awesome because you don't get that kind of stuff very often. So when you do get that kind of stuff, take advantage of it as much as possible. In a healthy manner, of course. So if you're doing what I'm doing right now, podcasting, take advantage of it. Continue to do it. Continue to express yourself. Continue to show yourself that you're willing to improve and you're willing to take on the extra effort into showing your emotions. Even if nobody else really gives a shit. Forgive me for cussing too on this show, but then again, it's also my show as well. And I will probably list this as explicit content, but then again, I shouldn't have to do that either. It's your choice whether or not you want to listen to it or not. So, in recent news, there's been a lot of things going on Trump, and it's really frustrating. It really is. Everything is on him. No one else is at fault. Apparently, everyone's blaming him for everything. And it's frustrating because no one wants to take blame for their own actions. When people say that Trump or Bill Gates or all the other rich folks are rich. Well, yeah, they're rich, but you gotta look. You gotta look at all the other politicians, okay? Or you gotta look at politicians. Okay, they take money. They take donations. They buy expensive clothing, or not just clothing, but they live an expensive lifestyle off their income, which could be doing speeches, writing books. The books could be bullshit because they have possibly a lot of viewers or a lot of listeners, and they're selling really quick and they're trying to make a quick buck. Or there's a lot of politicians out there that just wants to make a quick name for themselves, so they just go with whatever the newest trend is. But what gets me the most is, this is what irritates me the most, is that the Democrats is so fixated on Trump that they're not paying attention to their own problems. They're not paying attention to their own people. For the last few years, Trump has been in office. All they have been doing is coming up with new things to try and put Trump down. So basically they're harassing Donald Trump at any possible moment, coming up with conspiracy theories, and coming up with lies, or the Mueller report, or all this bullshit. What they're doing is they're spending taxpayer dollars, literally taking people's money. Not taking people's money, they're basically taking a salary, working, and not doing anything, honestly. And they're getting away with it. So, how is this helping America if Donald Trump were to step down, or not step down, if he were to not run for president in the 2020 race, all the years that the Democrats were fighting to get him removed wouldn't have mattered. It would have been all bullshit. And so having a Democrat, or at least having, well, it's good to have Democrats, but it's having a Democrat or a Republican in office just doesn't seem fit. It doesn't seem right. We should have a more independent runner-up that isn't fixated on Donald Trump, but is fixated on current problems on the world, such as climate change, such as jobs, such as the economy, such as GDP. If you guys don't know what GDP is, that's gross domestic product, and basically how much trade goes in and out, and how much people make per year. So when everybody's wages are stagnated, and we're having all these different issues, rent keeps going up, wages keeps going up too, but the cost of living goes up as well, so the increase of wages don't really matter. We need a system where the wages go up and the cost of living stays the same, or slowly goes up gradually as the wages goes up. So when trade goes in and out, the Americans, or us Americans, or whoever is living in the U.S. that's currently listening, what that means is, when more people have more money in their pockets, they're able to buy more things, and the government is able to tax more products when consumers are able to buy more shit. So if we're spending more in rent and we're not getting wage increases, or we're not getting the cost of living increase, and the cost of living is going up, and all that bullshit, there's no way we can buy buy when we're a country of buyers. So that's my thought on that. Sorry if I went off topic for a little bit, but I only read a few things on the internet about all this, and I kind of just threw it all into a little talk. So, what I wanted to get to on this podcast, as you can see in the picture, if you are looking at it, or you did look at it when you clicked this specific podcast, I'm gonna talk about Warcraft 3, and just talk about a little bit about the update that just recently happened. A few days ago, I was playing. There was only two types of races I could play, which was human and orc. Don't get me wrong, I love playing human, and going human is awesome. But now, the undead has opened up, and I played a couple rounds of that, and it was freaking amazing. Again, they don't have FFA or 3 vs 3 or 4 vs 4. They only have 1 vs 1 and 2 vs 2. I haven't played an FFA game for a long ass time on Warcraft 3. I'm pretty damn excited when they open that shit up or update this game again. But I'm not in a rush, because I know if they rush this game, they will fuck it up. I've seen plenty of video games where they rushed it, they didn't spend any time, or they spent time on it, but it just looked like shit. I'm really thankful Blizzard is spending time and putting in a lot of effort and energy into making this amazing game the way it is. And for those of you who have not purchased this game, you guys and gals are really missing out. This is a crazy game. There's a lot of logistics, there's a lot of critical thinking. This game is great for improving those areas if you're not so good at it. And it's good for delegating too. If you're not good at delegating shit, this is good for delegating. And this will help you delegate what you need to get done. It may not be good for delegating with people, but you're able to delegate what needs to get done, like your work or your school. It teaches you what's more important, and it teaches you how to get it done in a timely manner, and an efficient way, and a quick way, and all that stuff. Because in this game, you want to beat the other players. So if you put that in a life perspective, you always want to self-improve. You always want to do better. You want to see if you can take one task and see if you can do another task, and see if you can do another, and you just keep adding tasks throughout your day, and then you just keep improving from there. And I'm ranting on a little bit. I did smoke a little bit of marijuana. It is legal in my state. So I think that also helped with talking through my podcast as well. But I really feel like I've improved on my communication skills. I really feel like I've improved on putting out my thoughts. So this is probably one of the longest podcasts or shows I've done in a while. And yeah, I'm going to try to do another long one tomorrow or the next day. Have a great night.